Okay, today we are playing a game on Nepal. We are playing Zarya the entire way through, and there is no SR for today's game because it was a quick play game. Which means also no video editing today. How delightful. Do you like what I've done with my hair? I'm trying something new today. So, it's a quick play game. Don't care about the team comp. We're just gonna start the game. There's the team comp anyway, if you care. So we start going, like, left, which is not the way we want to go. We would like to go upstairs. Well, that's a little awkward. We want to go up here, but this is what I hate about Village, is that we want to go up there, but everybody else has decided they're going to go down there instead, which means we have to go down there as well, even though we don't want to. So, Reinhardt's way the fuck up. Only got half charge off, like, both the shields, unfortunate. So, you know, we're not the best hero in the game yet, unfortunately. So they got a Symmetra, they've also got a, I think they also have a Widowmaker in there somewhere. You know, they've got, like, a quick play team. No, it's an Ashe they've got over there, I guess. I can hear bullets flying by, so I was like, Widowmaker. So, Reinhardt's fucking dead. He went, he's playing Reinhardt, if you catch my drift right there. We do have, like, close to full charge, but we got to wait for our team to regroup before we can do anything, so unfortunately, most of the charge is going to have been degraded by the time we actually get to have the fight. Depending on how obstinate your team is, sometimes you've lost all your charge by the time the fight starts. So here we go, try again. Still, we're going to walk in from downstairs, even though they've got all those people up there on the high ground threatening us. You know, such is life. So we're trying to push our way onto the point. And it's a little scary to force further onto the point when we're at half health and we just saw Reinhardt back up. So that's a little bit scary, but no one's in there, because, I mean, who's playing the objective right now, right? Right? Like, come on. I don't think they even have a tank. I certainly haven't seen one. Mind you, I can't really tell you, like, what half their team is, because I don't feel like we've seen everyone yet, somehow. So, Reinhardt fucking died, I think, somewhere. This is a mess. This is an absolute catastrophe. God damn, quick play's a mess. And if they say when you're bad, go here and learn how to play. So now Reinhardt's playing Orisa instead. This is unfortunate from the perspective of the Zarya, because Orisa is harder to work with in terms of building up charge than Reinhardt is. But we're doing an okay job of being high charge, and now we've just walked forward, bullied those two people, because how are they going to stop us? Here's Daddy. Daddy's very scary. Daddy's also some free ult charge, because or some energy rather, not ult charge. Daddy's free energy because he's like a turret, so you can get a lot of energy off of him if you're playing Zarya. Unfortunately, you know, a lot of our team has still died, kind of around us right now. I'm gonna go actually further back and look at that one, because I don't know how everyone just sort of suddenly died, really. So she died because she got bombed. Barrage happened, it didn't actually kill anybody. Orisa got shot by a Hanzo. That's not a too shocking story, and then that's where the fight ended. I see. Where the fuck is our Farah? We apparently have one. There she is. What a mess. What a catastrophe of a game. So unfortunately, we haven't actually been able to build up Graviton this entire time, which is very sad. We're trying to muscle our way through the shield to get her, but yeah, you know, getting slowed. Oh god, getting fucking tied down like Gulliver's Travels. That's always what that reminded me of, especially when Symmetra had 6 turrets. You would just walk through the archway on, like, Eichenwald and then just roped down. And no one ever wanted to help you, ever. You were always just left sat there, struggling under the turrets. So that one didn't go super well. Our team comp is now slightly better. So, hopefully this will help us. Orisa's also a lot better on Sanctum. And, like, frankly, I hate Village a lot, so I'm not too surprised whenever I lose on Village. It's not the end of the world. People just don't want to play Village correctly, is, like, a principal issue I have with that map. Sanctum is honestly the only map on Nepal that I do like. I tend to like the King of the Hill maps the most, but Nepal, like, Shrine and Village are, like, real bad. Real bad. So, they've still got basically the same team. Did manage to get some charge off of Symmetra's ball coming right at us. Fairly easy one to get charge off of. So they have a Mei now. This is a little inconvenient for us as Zarya, because we now have to try and make sure nobody gets frozen and killed by Mei, because we can stop that with our bubbles. We now have a Bridget as well, which makes it easier to build up charge, because now we've got Mini Reinhardt here with us, so that balances out the fact we've got Marissa. Horse Reinhardt. Everybody in the game is actually just a variation of Reinhardt. Hanzo is Arrow Reinhardt, all that. It's like the Dragon Ball Z principle of how everyone is actually Goku. Goku, Red Goku, Green Goku, Young Goku, Bald Goku. It's all the same. Which one's Bald Goku? There's like 8 now that I think about it, isn't there? Anyway, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. We haven't seen the enemy team for a while, okay? Look, they're really bad. But we're also really bad. It's important to remember that everybody's actually bad when you get right down to it. There are some questions in the email. Don't worry, we'll have something insightful to say about this game, probably, maybe, at the end, Do I ever really have anything too insightful to say? No. Not really, so, take that for what it's worth. Cat's got a new box, by the way, which is what I'm looking back at every now and then. Well, that's an interesting decision to barrage right there, isn't it? Not exactly the greatest angle possible. I was tempted to say that she fat-fingered it, but it was, close enough to an okay position that I'm like, she might have just thought that was okay to do that. Maybe she thought they were going to rush through the doorway or something. So, we're getting into a scuffle over here. Now, the rest of our team is on the other side of the doorway. Or the other side of the room, I should say. The other side of the doorway makes no sense from the perspective we're at. So, we should really be over there, helping them with that situation. Whereas we slowly strayed further and further away from them. Lucio's just elected to waste sound barrier, so hey, great news for us, right? He's having a great time in that box. He figured out, after about 20 minutes of pacing in the box, he fits, so he sits. It's the most cat-like I've ever seen him be. He's not very cat-like. Routinely, he'll be on the desk, and then just walk right off the edge of the desk, because, they say cats are supposed to be, wise animals, but, nah, they're complete clowns. Owls are the exact same way. Owls are meant to be wise creatures, but, they're actually just cats with feathers when you get right down to it. I fucking love owls. Good animals. So stupid. So Daddy's behind us, and that's unfortunate. Daddy elects to shoot us in the butt the entire time we're running. And there's not really anywhere for us to get to cover, because we could have just kept backing up, rather than kind of, staying in the middle of Bob's path. Because you don't really want to get punched up in the air by Bob. Because, the Ash is just waiting, if they get knocked up in the air, that's, 3 shots right there. Because that's, the most locked in on the air you can get if you've been knocked up by Bob. Or knocked up by Daddy. So try not to get directly hit by Bob. I know, that's why they pay me the big bucks right there. Don't get smacked in the face by the giant buff robot. So Torbjorn's just splooged all over the hallway, and goddamn, it's a fucking mess. Goddamn. It's alright, we got through, and we bubbled Arissa through, but then she got shot by Hanzo. But she also shot Hanzo, so I guess it works out in the end. And we just muscle our way onto the point, because there's nobody really here to stop us. Just do a once-over in the back. I guess to make sure no one's there. Someone's behind us now. It's Moira, excuse me, Jesus Christ. So we have Graviton built up. It's taken us a while to get there, but, honestly, when the enemy team doesn't have any tanks, it's going to take longer to build up most ultimates, and Graviton already takes a very long time to charge up. This will tie into one of the questions in the email later on. Because the thing is with Overwatch is that most ult charge is actually gained from the tanks, because they just are easy to hit, tend to be doing stupid things, and have a lot of hit points, whereas DPS are also tend to be doing stupid things, but they have less hit points and are harder to hit. Same with supports, which is why, when there's a fucking Roadhog Diva on the enemy team, free ult charge for everyone. So, now it's time for Shrine. the other bad map. Hopefully we don't have to see the enemy team very much like we did the last round. That would be of great benefit to us. Oh no, they have a tank now. It's okay though. It's only D.Va. Whew, we're playing Zarya, so we don't have to worry about much, other than the fact that she might eat Graviton. But that's not, you know, as long as we're paying attention to the D.Va, that's not super likely to happen. And then she can just be a nice big old ult battery for us. Oh, look, they have a Roadhog as well. Oh, it's free real estate. So, start trying to muscle our way through. 2 of them are already dead and D.Va's out of mech, so the fight's definitely going our way off the bat, I would say. And now we're full charge. We're the best hero in the game. Hooray, sick, awesome. So the moral of the story with Zarya, just in general, because Lord knows we're not saying anything about Zarya other than this so far. Moral of the story is when you're low charge, you're one of the worst heroes in the game, right? But when you're high energy, you're the best hero in the game. So you play passively until you have high energy, and then when you have high energy, you go and tell them that you're the best hero in the game. And they can't say much about it because you just put the laser on their skull and drill straight through them. So we got hacked. That's not the end of the world, honestly. Like, Zarya getting hacked is not as impactful as it feels like it should be. Unless she wants to use her ultimate, in which case she will be very upset about it. But, other than that, hacking Zarya tends to not be too impactful. She only has 2 abilities, and, like, they have really long cooldowns. So, you know, if you hack the Zarya and, like, she's used her bubbles in the last few seconds, like, it doesn't matter. Nothing happened to Zarya. But they love to hack the Zarya. I mean, you know, if she has her ult and she wants to use it, fair enough, then it's big money. But otherwise, it's very little money. So we've got a Sombra, and she just emped a bunch of people. That's nice for us. We didn't really, our team doesn't look like they were in a great position to capitalize. Really, Pharah was right there when she did that. Because I was just going back, like, where the fuck did this happen? Right there, I see. It's because she's using the Dullahan skin. I didn't notice all the parts scattering. I was looking for a physical body, which is not there. Oh no, we killed ourselves. How tragic. It's alright, that fight was going badly. I don't really know why it went badly, to be honest with you, because I was kind of, like, talking about some other foolishness at the time and didn't really catch the start of the fight. That's how you know I'm a very professional individual. Look, it's 4 days before Christmas, at time of speaking, so that's going to be my excuse. Also, I'm still sick. Also, my hairline is unusually tight today. I don't know what it is. I have a very elastic hairline, you know? Something very odd going on today. So, we're back now. We've got half energy built up. Here's Soldier. He's using Tac Visor. That's kind of scary, but we have a lot of hit points, so we got nothing to worry about ourselves. We now have Graviton. A couple of them are already dead, so it's not, you know, we probably don't actually even have to use Graviton for this fight. And then the rest of them just kind of like throw themselves on us to die. So it all went swimmingly, and we didn't have to use Graviton. Now we have it for the next fight. Nobody on our team is really like super big money combos. Well, we got Pharah, don't we? We have Pharah, so we should be pushing tab to see like what Pharah's ult charge is at. If you're playing someone like Zarya, if you're playing Zarya or Ana, push tab constantly, because like how good your ultimate is often dependent on other people's ultimates, so you really want to know like what that charge is at. It's just good habit in general to push tab a lot to see what your teammates are at ult charge wise, but for Ana and Zarya in particular, your ults are usually comboed with other people's ultimates, so a bunch of people just got like picked off here. So, you know, Pharah, she died all the fuck way over there. Who gives a shit about that one, right? So we're walking forward, trying to get some charge right now, but all we see over here are supports, so this is not unlikely. This is unlikely to really get us very much ult charge, because I mean, like, look, we're gonna bubble in front of Moira and Lucio, like, that ain't the way to get high energy right there. Meanwhile, D.Va's been jumping on our back line. Well, she actually jumped on our front line, it's just our front line is only Orisa, really, so she jumped on them and killed them while we were off trying to get some ult charge off of supports. It's just, you know, Moira and Lucio are not going to give you a huge amount of ult charge, so we were better off staying back with our team right there instead. So we still have Graviton. We got one fight in us right now. So do they, really. So Sombra just used their ramp, so we are just free money now as soon as we see an opportunity, but everybody's dead. Everybody else used their ultimates and got the kills first, so we still didn't have to use Graviton. That's okay, because they've got 27% left, and now we have Graviton, which can be a fight winner by itself, so it's not the end of the world still. I mean, you know, we did dump a lot of ultimates on that team fight, which can potentially be the end of the world, but is not necessarily the end of the world. Here comes the self-destruct. I'm not sure it got through the door. It did get through the door. Okay. So, ooh, Hanzo's right behind us. We just used our ult. Who did we catch? Right. Who did we catch? We caught Lucio. Did we catch anybody else? Oh, this is not our D.Va, so we also caught D.Va. We didn't catch that many people with it. We ended up in a weird spot as well. I didn't know they had a Zarya. Do they have a Zarya? They have a Zarya. We got stuck in that? Or are we just stuck on them? I don't know what's going on. There's all these colors everywhere. I'm colorblind. I'm sick. Look. My hairline is very tight today. You know, it's cutting off circulation. That's... You know, that's a really good excuse right there. No, they don't have a Zarya. I'm just stupid. It's because we were looking at the kill cam, so the Graviton was red, I think. Or the dragon was right on top of it, so it looked like it was red. Anyway, we didn't really catch many people with that Graviton. It might have been better from that position to actually just go for Hanzo first, given that we were... Oh, I'm not sure how much energy we had when we saw Hanzo. We still won. Wow. I'm not sure how much energy we had. If we had 0 energy, then we weren't going to kill Hanzo. But if we had, like, an amount of energy, then it would have probably been better to just go for Hanzo first, then come back to the team. Because Hanzo was entirely by himself. So if we could kill him, then hey, why not do it for free, right? Good job, Sombra. Everyone hates you. And that's just the summation of the hero right there, isn't it? Both teams can hate you simultaneously, just like playing a sniper. So that was super insightful as far as videos go. Definitely one of our best works yet. Let's go over here now to the email and have a look at some questions. So, the only 2 questions I have offhand are not so much in this game specifically, but I feel like I'm having a hard time doing damage, especially effective damage, and building up Graviton Surge when playing Zarya, even though my average energy tends to be high. Any advice? And secondly, when my team captures the point on King of the Hill, the last place I want to stand is on the low ground / the point. And just generally, I personally want to contest the high ground almost as much as possible. It seems like the team that holds it has, you know, an advantage or something. I don't know what gives you that idea. But my team often just stays on the point / low ground, and I'd rather stay with them than be on myself on the high ground, especially as a hero like Rhino Zarya. Do I have to, like, communicate with my team, or is something to fix this? Or can I escape this predicament while remaining a morose misanthrope? Excellent diction. So, with building up ult charge, I mean, and like with this kind of game right here, is that if they don't have anybody that's really easy to build ult charge off of, you won't build ult charge very quickly, because most ult charge is built off tanks. So, if they don't have any tanks, like this game, or their tanks are like Reinhardt Zarya, it can be difficult to find somebody to build ult charge off of. In general, like, if you're having trouble building up ult charge when you're high energy, you're probably not playing aggressively enough, or you're not spamming right-click in the right locations. Because you want to just spam, like, the right-click, unless you're actively trying to kill somebody right there and then, you want to just spam it into as many people as possible, so that you can get as much ult charge as possible. Because that's basically Zarya's thing. Kill people where possible, but otherwise farm ult charge as quickly as possible. So I would say you're probably not playing aggressively enough at high energy, and I mean, you can take that way too far the other direction and play too aggressively and die and lose all your energy, right? So, there's a fine balance to be struck with Zarya, but it's probably either not playing aggressively enough at high energy, or not spamming right-click in the right locations. Or it could just also be bad aim, I suppose, but Zarya is not really like a bad aim hero, typically. As for the high ground one, I mean, you know, it is what it is. It depends on what people are going to do, right? Because, I mean, you can tell them to come stand on the high ground, and they just might not do it anyway, because they're, you know, fools, basically, which is most of the Overwatch community. So, likely result. If your team are playing, like, a bunch of high ground, or playing a bunch of people that don't really care about the high ground, like, Pharah Genji. Not to say Pharah doesn't care about the high ground, it's just that she has a jetpack, so, you know, she kind of can just get the high ground wherever she wants. Then they won't stand on the high ground anyway, because they'll be off, like, doing their own thing, basically. Basically, like, yeah, pretty much you can talk to them, and try to get them to do it, or you can stand on the high ground and spam the group up ping, and maybe they'll group up with you, but I mean, that's all gonna be a crapshoot, basically, and depends on the team in the game, because, I mean, they could be playing, like, fucking Ashe, Soldier, McCree, and they might still just decide, fuck the high ground, who needs the high ground, what does the high ground even do for me anyway, that doesn't make me do more damage, you know, not on paper, anyway, like, I don't know, my numbers don't go up, right? People are stupid. People don't understand just how strong high ground is in this game. 2 years later, they still don't understand. Because, like, if you play someone like Soldier, Ashe, McCree, like, if you're in, like, bronze or silver, you can climb up to gold just by controlling high ground, honestly. Like, it's really strong, and some people are really strong on it. But some people don't understand that, so it's always going to depend on your team, mostly. So you pretty much either got, talk to them, spam group up on the high ground, or just kind of say fuck. People are bad. So thank you very much for watching if you did. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer. If you haven't already, you can join our Discord and ask questions more directly and have a conversation about them, or just shitpost with us, and I hope you found the video helpful.